What's up, people? It's Bayoz Muzik, aka the Monster Man, Mr. Luke what they cat dragged in, and now we're going into the future to my SBTV producer's house.
Bayoz Muzik.
What's up, people? It's Bayoz Muzik, and you're chilling with me in the vibe room. This is where I put all the ideas down for any tracks that I'm working on, and all I do in here is just basically make the beat, then we take it to the next studio where I sit down with the artist and just write the songs and get the tracks finished off. To start with what I use, I've got the Fucurist Pro Sapphire 40, I've got the Rocket 6 KRKs. I got this because it pumps a lot of bass, and for the type of music that I make, this is perfect for it. I've got the MPK49 as well. I got this because of the MPC pads, which is basically this to set up a home studio. It's just very simple, and you don't need a sound card as big as this. Really and truly, the only channel that I use here is the first one, and this is just like when I'm recording. That's the main reason why I've got this, because it's got two headphones in output, so I put that in and out, so when I'm recording I could hear the person as well. I think preferably after your PC, the next expensive thing should be your speakers, because that makes a big difference in what you listen to and how you hear stuff. Everything I've done, every track that's come out by me, has been made in Reason. The reason why I use Reason is it's got all this cool stuff. You got that, which is the conch. That's where the drum part for Monster Man was made on. That's how easy things can really get. And in there as well, you got the re-drum, which is basically like a little, it's like a sampler, lets you play in real time. You just run the track. And let me just get a preset. And my favorite kit from this is the second one, because it's got that old school hip hop sound. And that's for drums. If I'm chopping up a sample, I use this the Mix Meister BPM analyzer, because it just kind of makes life easier. Because the reason when it comes to like searching for tempo, like in Logic, where you could just dash the tempo finder on there, with Reason you can't really do that. So what I do is, I'm just gonna get in a sample now and put it in there, so I'll show you an example of what I'm talking about. If we take this, see, it tells me the tempo is 133. So in Reason, I prefer to actually just set the tempo straight away. So 133. So it's gone through there. Now it's gonna go through the audio converter. So that's the sample there. What I do, just like enlarging it as much as I can. You just have to find where the sample cuts. You could chop it anywhere. Like if you like, some people prefer to make it free form, so the beat's got a bit of a jump. But I just cut it to wherever I feel like it needs to be cut. Now what I can do is move that up to like, change the tempo to about 140, and then time stretch it. Create the drums. Now just like, I know what I want, like I know exactly what I'm looking for. So see, sounds perfect. I'll get rid of that, then go. Alright, you could see that the way I played it is not bang on point. It's up to you. Kind of gives it a little groove, just depending on what type of vibe I'm going for. This is what I do when I got a deadline. Just basically just find the quickest way of doing it. And that's another vibe, just vibes after vibe after vibes. We'll finish here just like I do every time. Now to make our way to the other studio, and I'll show you how the recording and songwriting and the whole production process goes in the main studio. Like, we're about to depart from the vibe room. I started making music like about 1999 while I was in secondary school. Like, I first saw what was going on in the music department at Kingsdale. Like, they had a guy that come in like I think every Wednesday or Thursday to teach us about how to use Cubase. After that I went off to college. I studied at British Academy of New Music. After that I went to University of East London and I just finished my degree last year. So right now it's just basically music 24/7. Like, there's no days off now. Music became like a career for me like this year, because everything I was doing before this year was just basically, I just counted as like it was just the promotion, just knocking on doors like, hey, I'm coming. When I'm looking to work with artists, I'm looking for someone who thinks outside of the box. Like, I hate like when you follow the music rules too much. Just like when I'm working with artists, I want you to come with your story, your personality, and then I'm gonna come with mine. Just the same way where if I send you a beat and you go, oh, I'm not feeling that, I want you to tell me like, look, nah, you should make that kick more punchy. Not just say like, oh, it's Bayoz Muzik, man, he knows what he's doing. Nah, I need every input. We need to interact like in the studio. Like, oh cool, but you like the sound? Okay, nah, let's get rid of that sound. Let me cut the beat there. Oh, nah, don't cut the beat there, just leave it. You know what I'm trying to say? I just like to experiment, not just come into the studio with a format, and then that's why I say like I make half of the beat at home. So when I take it to the studio, like if you can like half a beat, then I've done a good job. Therefore with me, make good to me, just basically like I'm tired of just sending beats to artists. I actually want to take the role of a producer, which is like, let's get together and work rather than me just send you a beat. Because if I send you the beat, there's no relationship there whatsoever. But when we go to the studio together and I see how you work, so the next time I'm making a track, I can easily say, oh, I got the next one for you, you're gonna love it. And that's basically what the death of a beat maker is. It's just the birth of a producer, the death of a beat maker.
See, that's what she wants from man. She wants a man who wants a fan, who wants to holler at the monster man. Well, that's not the plan, so she ain't gonna get any response from man.
Alright, what's up people? We just left the vibe room and now we are at the main studio where the track actually gets finished off. This is where I kind of like pitch the track to the artist, like just to get like what they feel about the track, and this is where the songwriting and like the whole track gets finished off. And let's get started. Basically, I'm gonna break down the making of Monster Man by Gigs. This track was produced in 2010. First and foremost, I got the tempo, which is around the same tempo as Look What the Cat Dragged In as well. And the instrument that did it is a instrument from the Fur and Reason. It's called I Am Fur as well, which sounds like the. The funny thing about this melody is that the melody is meant to be kind of like spooky, like kind of remind me of the movies in the 20s and the 30s when something is about to happen and you hear stuff like. But first, this was the initial idea. Then basically I just duplicate the same sound with a piano. I was trying to do something old school, which I'm gonna play now. If I just change the key. That was the first idea, but it just didn't, for me it didn't work. So I just went with this one. So just that type of like 80s vibe. That's what I was trying to get at. And after I done the drums, I added like a few extra part to it as well. The drums is just a very simple drum pattern. As you can hear, it's just a kick and snare, and then like the snare switches to a clap afterwards, and I play with the main melody. I just took it off and just sent it off. Plus as well, I was working under pressure while I made this, so I had to send the beat quick. So as soon as I sent it, he just called me back saying, yeah, I've recorded it. I didn't want to hear it until the day it came out.
This chick's gonna meet the monster me. She gonna get the monster chocolate. Yeah, she gonna get the Wonka. Tell me if you want it stronger. Babe, I know that you really want her. Yeah, smash.
This was made on Reason 5. So the setup of that is very, very simple. I'm just gonna show you the back of it. So basically, you got the audio hardware interface, which the main output goes into. It's just basically the same setup as here. It's what's going on in Reason right now. What I do is I got the M-Class combinator on top of it, which is basically I got my own little presets on there and everything. I just turned up everything because that's the way I like to hear the stuff. I've only got 2 effects on the channel, and which is a delay and a reverb. That's all I ever work with. It's just basically moving faders up and down. Like I prefer to just like level out everything first before I start throwing plugins on there. And in terms of the drums, I just have them on split channels. So if it goes, here we go. So you got a con coming through there, and there you go. So that's the clap over there. This is the drum channel here. Each channel is routed into the mixer, and I've got 2 auxiliary send, one into the delay and one into the reverb. And the instrument that's on reverb is this one here. You can see that when it plays, could hear like the reverb that's on there. And the reason why I couldn't like, the reason why I can't talk much about effects on this is because this that I got at the top of it, it kind of like boost up everything already. So if I take it, that's how it sounds. So it's like, it gives it the fat sound that I'm looking for before anything. So right now it just sounds dead. So already the hi-hat sounds brighter, the bass sounds like the bass is kicking, everything is just thumping. So I've always used this from college. I've had that on everything I've done from college, and although the mixer is different now, I could do more stuff with the mixer, but it's still the same format, and that's how we just work. Alright people, it's been a long day. We've been everywhere, man. We've had like a little Jamaican food to eat. I showed you how I do my thing. We're taking you to the vibe room. We're coming to the main studio, and right now, the part I didn't want to show you, I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to the barber shop to go and argue with my Niger guys, man. See you guys later.
This is your boy Kevin Hart. Right now you're watching SBTV, UK's leading youth entertainment station. Right now I just found out you guys are getting about 6 million hits a month. You, Jamal Edwards, I'm famous. I don't get nothing close to that. You can kiss the back of my balls. That's right, I said it. I don't know what you're doing, but I promise I'll report you for steroids, and I don't know if that's gonna help, but it stops baseball players from playing, so it's probably gonna do the same to you. You, man, and your success.